All right. So I guess we'll start right now. Are you sharing your stream?
Yeah.
Okay. So this topic of the podcast, we're just gonna be talking about games that we played. Yeah, on Steam.
Yeah, games that we play, games that we want to play, mostly.
It's just gonna be like video game oriented. So I think at the moment on Discord right now, we're just looking at each other's like games list and seeing like if I recognize. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got Bioshock Infinite off the bat, the
Hmm.
Batman Arkham series. All right.
So
I I do remember actually playing Bioshock Infinite on the 360. What did you think about
I
that game?
think I got, I think they released a collection of it on the PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only for like members, and my membership died out, so I never got to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I was only playing it for the sake of like everybody kept on saying how Bioshock Infinite was really freaking good. So I was
Mm-hmm.
playing like Bioshock 1 and 2 just for the sake of getting the Bioshock Infinite.
Right. I did the
From
opposite. Oh,
oh,
so
I was just gonna say that when I was playing through Bioshock, it was fun, but it was like okay, felt really old timey.
felt really old timey. Yeah, I could see that because
The
it's all
setting of it.
about underwater. This is supposed to be underwater society
Hmm.
and the big daddies and like the little girls running around. And it's like post like kind of not apocalyptic, but like post ruins, I guess. And then Infinite is supposed to be the same thing, but in the sky. Um, when I
Ooh.
when I said when I said opposite, I meant for me, I played Infinite only, and that was the first Bioshock that I played. So I never actually got to play like the first and second Bioshocks. So I have no. Well, I hear that it's good, obviously, and like every time I look on Switch, they're always like promoting the. It's like the collection that
Yeah.
you can get all three games for like $20 or something. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Um, but I remember playing Infinite. I didn't think it was that bad, but I remember seeing like a lot of like, what's it? I think there's a video by Croby Cat. I think you know him. He was like he's like the guy that does videos on like um I don't know if they're like mini documentaries or like just videos about video games in general, but it was like the original concept of BioShock Infinite was supposed to be a lot more fleshed out than what we got for the actual game itself. So
Mm.
when I heard about that, I was like, but I still thought it was a decent game. And obviously, I think a lot of people do too because the reviews on there are overwhelmingly positive, and it's been a good while since then. But yeah, Bioshock, the Batman series. So
So the Batman series.
yes, the Batman series.
Hmm.
Wait, so these are all? I just realized these are all your wish list games. So you haven't really
Yeah.
played these games. Oh, okay.
Technically, I have played them. I think I added this because there was a collection. I don't know why
Mm-hmm.
it's $20 each now,
Mm-hmm.
but I have played Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
Mm-hmm.
But it's on my Xbox 360, and my Xbox is old and dusty, and it doesn't work. So I was like,
Right.
oh, I would want to replay like specifically Arkham City because when I
Yeah.
played it, it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Boss fights were amazing. The story was
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I keep on hearing bad things about Arkham Knight, but I also hear good things about Arkham Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the other games that I would want to play.
Um, I what's it? I remember Arkham City when that came out. It was very popular with like a lot of, specifically a lot of like gameplay people on YouTube, and I remember seeing a lot of footage for that and thinking that it looked really good. Asylum, I think I kind of had like a general feeling that it's the first game is just in an asylum, and sometimes I get Arkham City and Arkham Knight kind of mixed up because they're both still in Arkham City, right?
Yeah,
Just different storylines.
yeah, different storylines.
Yeah. So I
I
can see
believe
why
in
people are
Arkham City, it's mostly about the Joker's quote unquote dying, and
right.
the whole like Arkham City is blocked off because there's like a virus going on that he's gonna set off. Yada
A
yada yada.
virus. That sounds so familiar.
Hmm.
Hmm. Sure.
And then Arkham, I just remember when it first came out and it was on like PS4
Yeah.
and all the Xbox ones, and it was like really good. But like for some reason, the PC port was just like so bad and unplayable.
Really? Like a lot of
Like
bugs?
it would be like unoptimized bugs, and it would
Oh.
very frequently crash.
Mm,
But I'm
that
like,
sucks.
now it's 6 years later, so
Maybe.
maybe it's changed. Who knows?
Who knows?
Going on to my list,
You got
Ori and the
Ori and the
Blind.
Blind Floors. I hear that one's pretty popular with a lot of people.
Mhm. It
Um
reminds me of uh that one game on Switch that I have. Uh, Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That I thought they were made by the same people, low
I,
key.
I think so, but I don't know. I don't really know. I only added this one because it was $5, and
Mm?
I think Donkey had it on his list of good games.
Oh, okay.
Nier Automata. Have you heard of this game?
I have heard of it. I don't know anything besides the protagonist and what she looks like. And that's about
Yo, same.
it.
I added this because
Anime girl,
anime girl with thigh
she
highs
blind,
and a skirt, you
in a
know.
skirt,
No,
in
but the main
apocalypse.
reason was people wanted her in Smash. And I was like, who
Right.
is this person?
Mm-hmm.
So I just added it on my wish list and never took it off.
Oh, okay, gotcha. She would be good for Smash.
Okay, so we're getting to the nitty gritty. Doom
Got Doom
Eternal.
Eternal.
It's
Good,
still
good
60?
choice.
Well, it's only been like a year.
Yeah, I think they just ported it to the Switch, but I don't really feel like. See, here's the thing. You know we've been talking about like I'm trying to get a PC, but like all the
Yes,
GPU
sir.
prices are shit right now.
Yes,
I
sir.
this is one of the first games I would actually want to play on the PC. That's Doom Eternal because it just looks this and the original Doom looks so good. Like it just looks like right up like my alley. So,
Blood, gore, run and gun games.
very fast paced, very like in your face, satisfying kill moves and all that stuff. Gore,
I
demons,
really, yeah. There's this guy on Linus Tech Tips who I always watch, and he almost always has this like in the background playing.
like the music.
Like whenever he builds a game
Uh huh.
or a computer, whenever
hmm
he builds a computer, um, he has like Doom Eternal. Okay, let's see how it runs on Doom Eternal.
Oh my
Let's see
gosh. Okay,
how
I
it runs
see.
on Doom Eternal. And it's like
I see. I see.
constantly that.
All right.
So yeah, and I want to try it, but it's still $60.
Just wait for it to go down.
Waiting for
Yeah.
it to go down. Speaking of games
Sekiro.
that uh haven't gone down, Sekiro.
Shadows Die Twice. Is that by the same people that made? What's I'm trying to figure out. Maybe not the Bloodborne games, or it feels like a very Bloodborne-y type of game. Bloodborne slash Demon Souls.
Sekiro. Well, for me, it's up by Activision,
Oh.
but Sekiro always was synonymous to like the Dark Souls games.
Mm. Mm.
How it was like it's hard, it's a challenge,
Right.
and the bosses are just like next level shit. You have to actually really think and utilize every single move you have
Mm.
to beat them.
Mm.
But yeah, that's a game I wish I had. Little Nightmares 2. I saw someone playing it on a TikTok or something.
Did you like it? Like the gameplay?
Yeah, it looks ominous and uh psychological thriller. But
Ooh.
it also reminded me of the anime Wonder Egg Priority because the girl is wearing a yellow hoodie.
Yeah. 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 The
And I was
Wonder
like,
Egg.
yo, yeah,
No, I get it. It's like seemingly like toy-ish, like very playful, but then it's also kind of like there's a lot of there's a lot of horror shit going on. Up next, you have Resident Evil Dos
yeah. I
remake.
have it. I played it so many times. I just want it on the PC.
Just one on the
Um,
PC. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was at one point like $7 or $8, and I was like, I'll wait. It'll go down to $8 again sometime. It's at 40 right now, so maybe one day.
Yeah. Maybe one day. But
Um,
solid game. I remember playing through that or watching you play through that, and then also playing through that. Was pretty good.
it's a really fun game.
God, I hope like the the supposed RE4 remake is like I don't know if I actually don't know what to expect from like the supposed RE4 remake. I don't know if people would want it to be near the original or like in this style. Well, in this style is similar to the RE4 style.
Was it?
So, isn't it? Because it's like third person, like over the shoulder. Because that's what
Well,
RE4.
I think RE3 was also over the shoulder more, but
Mm-hmm.
RE2 was more puzzle oriented rather than RE3 where it was more action oriented. So I
Mm.
can't remember if RE4. Well, I never played RE4 even though I have it.
Oh yeah. Well,
If it's more
yeah.
action based than anything else.
Yeah, I think what I mean to say is like like the original like RE2 and RE3 were um like
Top down
stationary
games.
cameras
Yeah.
are sort of ish top down, yeah, but it's kind of like you can it's like the very OG Resident Evil style game. So I wonder if RE4 is going to keep that style or try to do something different like dare I say it like a first person view or something like that.
Dang.
I don't know. That'd be kind of weird.
Okay, so
But
I haven't played RE4, but I know that when you played it
mm,
with motion controls.
I did with
Would
on
you
the Wii.
want would you want Resident Evil 4 to be like a VR game?
Oh God. Yes. Just off the bat, first impressions. Yeah, I feel like that'd be really cool.
Cause
Um,
the motion controls you said had like a big effect on like how you played and being scared and all. So I can only
right.
imagine how it would feel like playing that game specifically on VR.
Yeah, I think having the motion controls really made it feel like I was actually shooting, like with the Wiimote, and then having that B button as a trigger. It was kind of just a perfect marriage of um, just the RE game, and then plus like the Wii, like how it is, like the remote, how it's structured.
Hmm.
So I think having that come to VR would be great. I'll explain this very briefly because I don't want to go on a too much of a quick tangent, but when I played the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners game on my VR game, that's like similar to like a zombie game, and that's just amazing because there's a lot of like exploration. There's a lot of, and also RE4 is a lot of exploration too. So I think they can really utilize that and just kind of put that into VR. I think my only concern maybe is just with any VR games where it's just like kind of not wanky, janky is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it'll get like janky at times. So if it had to come to VR, it has to be really polished.
I
That's my
feel
only
it.
concern. But I wouldn't mind for it being like that because then it would have to be for sure first person. I don't know how other people would receive it. Um, but yeah, a little bit of a long tangent on Ari, but that's
Yeah,
fine.
but RE deserves it.
Yeah, it deserves it. It's a big franchise. It's nice.
Are you excited
Um,
for RE8 on a side note?
on the side note, yes, I would like to play RE8. If I ever get a PC or get my hands on a PS5, right now it's just the struggle for gaming. If you're trying to like get shit together, because I only have a Switch and that's it.
I
But
feel it.
yeah, I think RE8 looks pretty good just from the one what's it? That one maiden gameplay that we got, and just from the trailers itself, it just looks pretty good. I don't really know about the story because I never played RE7, and I know it's supposed to be sort of a continuation of that plus Chris's storyline. I think they merged it. It's something weird. It's something
Yeah,
really weird.
RE7 was supposed to be more of a callback to like the RE2 games, where it was more like puzzle oriented
Mm,
and more suspenseful
mm,
rather than just go and shoot, shoot, shoot.
right.
So I'm looking forward to RE8. I want to play RE7 too. I like that RE7 took like a step away from like the whole storyline of the virus, the T virus, and who Leon is and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like it was kind of almost its own storyline,
Yeah.
in a sense. And I hear like the VR in that game is actually terrifying. So any horror VR game, even if it's like crappy like horror, like put it in VR and it'll instantly be like the worst thing ever because you're like actually immersed in it.
I
Even
feel it.
something like as tacky as Five Nights at Freddy's probably would be terrifying. What's this other game you got? Valheim.
Valheim, I saw my friends playing it, so I added to my wish list.
Mm-hmm. Open world survival craft. Oh,
Yeah.
you
Um.
play. It's inspired by Viking culture.
Yeah. I can't really tell what it is other than like the screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
But my friends are really into open world survival craft games,
Mm-hmm.
like 7 Days to Die. Have you
Right.
heard of that game?
I've heard of that game, yes.
Yeah, stuff like that is my friends are really into it, and it's always like in waves. Like it's like, oh, okay, like we're done with this game, and then like 4 months from now, like, oh, hey, you guys want to hop back on 7 Days to Die? And we're
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, of course, let's play. Heck yeah!
Mm-hmm.
And then cycle repeats itself.
This
And,
perpetuating cycle of just like forgetting about the game and then coming back and forgetting about the game.
hmm
You got Ori and the Will of Wisps on here again? Or is
Yeah,
this
the first one,
Oh.
and then
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know that they were two different games. So the Blind Forest is a sequel, and
believe
then
so.
the Will of Wisps is the original.
Yeah,
I see.
wait, actually, hold on. This came out in 2020, and this one
Oh,
came
hold
out
up.
in 2016. So
Oh,
I
so
think
it's the
Will of
reverse.
Wisp. Yeah,
Is the sequel.
yes, sir.
I see. Are
I've tend to
they?
put that. Huh?
Oh, never mind. Sorry, I thought of something else.
Hey, go ahead.
I thought they were gonna make another like sequel to this game as well. But
Will
maybe
of
I was thinking about
Wisps 2.
Hollow Knight because I know they're trying to make a sequel to that. I think it was called Silk Song. Those two look so similar to each other that I just feel like they're the same game. I feel kind of bad
Honestly,
for
though,
grouping them, but can you blame me? They're both like platformers and they both have the same sort of art style
and I
ish.
love my platformers
Yep.
so much. Mega Man X.
Mega Man X.
Tenderfoot Tactics. I added it because it looks like mostly the art style. If I'm gonna be real, it just
Mm-hmm.
looks so fluid and
Mm-hmm.
simple.
Like
No real reason.
low poly, open world RPG stuff.
Yeah,
It
it.
looks very quaint,
Yeah,
which
I've
is
never.
usually never bad.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anyone talk about it. I just saw it and I was like, okay, I'll
I
add it to my
think,
wish
yeah.
list. Which
I
is
think I
how
No,
a
that's
bad way
good.
to add things to your wish
No,
list
it's
is.
fine. I think that's good. I think something that I kind of want to do more, granted that I have like more money to do stuff, is just to buy games that are like remotely interesting and then just try it without having to consult like a Metacritic or an IGN because
hmm
sometimes it gets a little bit like, sometimes like, oh, should I really waste my effort to like buy this game? Oh, let me look it up and try to justify my purchase. But sometimes it should also be like, just buy the game and see if you like it, And it's
Back
like
then when
you're paying for an experience. You're also supporting like what's it? You're also supporting like a possible like indie developer that's not as popular as like these other higher indie studios or something like that, which
hmm
is, it's fine. You're helping them like grow as a developer. But yeah, that was my little quick tangent on that.
But yeah, I remember when we used to play games just because of the cover. We didn't
Yeah,
see any
exactly.
reviews.
Hmm.
It was just like, oh, okay, what's this game?
Like,
Conker's Bad Fur Day. Never heard of it. I'm gonna go try it.
yeah, and just kind of like the excitement of finding like a quote unquote hidden gem game that no one talks about is exciting too.
Yeah. Next one is poorly optimized Cyberpunk 2077
Oh yeah.
by Project Red. No
Um.
introduction. It came out in 2020. $60. It people who have like higher than average PCs are still not utilizing the full potential of this game,
Hmm.
and that's not anything to do with a part of their gaming rigs, but more like just how unoptimized the game itself is.
It's also just in general just such a messy game in terms of PR because there's like everything that goes on with like horror stories about crunch development and just like meeting or like having unrealistic expectations and I don't know. And for me as well, coming into this, I didn't really know about Cyberpunk until the year it released. So like 6 months into it coming up, it was the first time I ever heard of Cyberpunk,
Oh,
and
really?
it just yeah. But I know it's been in talks for about 8 years,
Hmm.
if I recall correctly, and they only developed it for like 5 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So it had unrealistically high expectation, almost like No Man's Sky levels of unexpected or like unrealistic expectations. Um, so, and it doesn't really, it just seemed like a high techy GTA 5 to me. And I don't know if I can really try to support like a studio that, I mean, I don't know. That's just my theory. I don't really care of other people and how like they perceive it or if they want to buy it. Like I don't care. But to me, it just feels kind of like I don't know. You know?
Did you hear the story about how some people were able to hack their way into some type of information database of CD Projekt Red
I did hear
and
about
were
that
able to,
actually.
yeah, they were able to
Yeah.
copy all that information and they left a ransom note.
Yeah, I saw the ransom note. Oh my gosh, it was like, "Hello, CD Project Red. You have been epically pwned." And I'm like,
Yeah, I was like, it's so
"What the
cringy.
epically pwned?" I feel like the hackers are from, I don't know. They've got to be like 40 plus years old, I want to say. Nobody talks like that. No, Jesus.
I don't even know if like
So you
anything
can
happened because of that.
probably not. I think CD Project Red I think they weren't really concerned of like game file stuff, but more concerned about their employees' information because I think a lot of the information on there was also like of their employees, and they didn't want them getting like doxxed or whatever.
Hmm.
This is an interesting one that I just saw. When I saw this on your wish list, I was like, okay, Willie
Willie
Morgan
Morgan and the Bone and the Curse of the Bone Town.
and the boner, yes.
I was looking through action adventure like puzzle games,
Hmm.
and I don't know why this one caught my eye, but it caught my eye. It reminded me of like what's that one movie? Nightmare Before Christmas,
Oh, okay, yeah.
because of the big wavy long arches and the buildings and
It
how
seems like
everything looks
a
like
yeah.
what's the word? Fish Island sometimes.
Oh yeah, fish
Like
eye
in this one,
lens. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything's warped. Everything looks like a fun house.
And it seems
So
like for people listening to, it seems like it's like a point and click adventure.
yeah.
I think. Yeah, there you go. So it's like
So
you explore like the towns and the houses and all that stuff.
so that was the main reason why I played it, or I wanted to add it to my wish list because I like adventure puzzle games, and I've been wanting to play more of those recently.
Wait,
So then, oh,
yeah, I was good. Sorry to interrupt you. Just curious, what adventure point and click games have you played? I'm just curious.
point and click games. I'd have to think about that real quick. Oh, Room.
Oh, The Room.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people play that.
Hmm.
What else is there? Plantera, The Walking Dead. Yo, a lot of these look like a lot of fun actually.
Yeah,
What the
the point and
heck?
click games. I feel like point and click games are kind of a dying. Not saying like they're a dying art because obviously look at all these games. Like you're scrolling through, they're totally there.
Scarce.
But yeah, I say they're scarce because I feel like a lot of game developers will go more for the MMO route or the um, open world route, something like that. I feel like point and click games are really for like the developers that um, are kind of maybe set in their ways a little bit, question mark, or really just really like that kind of style from like older generations of games that did that. Like first thing that comes to mind is Dragon's Quest, something like that, or King's Quest. King's Quest. I think it's King's Quest.
Like Dragon's
King.
Quest, I thought it was a JRPG.
Yeah, Dragon's Quest is a JRPG. King's Quest, I believe, is a point and click adventure where like you're a king and you have to like I forget. You have to do something. You have to save your kingdom or whatever, and you have to do these point and click puzzles and all that stuff. But yeah, Boner Town,
My
Curse of
next
Boner
one.
Town sounds cool.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Hades. You
yeah,
you took my recommendation,
yeah. I added it to my wish list.
dude. Oh my god. Can I just gush a little
Yeah,
bit?
go for it.
Okay. Hades is such a good time because as you probably very well know, the gameplay loop in that is that it's like a roguelite. a roguelite. No, it's a roguelike. So it's kind of like a kind of Diablo style top down where you kind of attack and it's more action oriented than like turn based. And so you're killing all these enemies and you are the son of Hades trying to escape from hell. Every time you die, you respawn in the house of Hades. So they found a way to integrate the game loop into the actual game itself as a story element. Every time you die, you can increase your stats, and you can also unlock a lot of story elements from like talking to other people, like Olympian gods like Zeus, Athena, Poseidon, even other people that are from other myths, such as I don't know if you know what's it, Sisyphus, the guy who like rolls the boulder up the hill and back
Yeah.
down. There's also Orpheus and Eurydice, which is the story about the lute player, and he tries to get his girlfriend back from the underworld and all that stuff. Another one would be like Achilles, and like how he like fell from war and he's trying to like reconnect with his like lover, Patroclus. So there's a lot of like side stories as well as like main storyline stuff that is very like well written, and all of it is voice acted too. I think it's
Ooh.
about over. I don't know the actual specs of it, but if I can remember off the top of my head, like around over 40,000 lines of dialogue. Like it's a lot, and every single like outcome is like predicted, and they have like specific voice elements for like if you die a certain way or if you got a certain thing, and then it's like those dialogue trees become priority, something like that. I don't know how they did it. The game, it's kind of magic, like the whole dialogue tree exposition stuff. But yeah, it's really good. I've sunk about like 70 or 80 hours into this game. It's just
That's
satisfying too.
that's why I want to play it.
Yeah, it's overwhelmingly positive on the reviews side of things, and it's $25. I mean,
Yeah.
normal, but you should really wait for like a sale. Yeah,
hmm
but
How do I have anything left? Oh, Horizon Zero
Horizon
Dawn.
Zero Dawn, hell yeah,
That's more for like once I upgrade my rig to something that can handle this game.
right.
That way I can like appreciate everything that the developers did. But right now, I have a 1060. No, yeah, I have a 1060 5-year-old graphics card, so can't play that
Mm-hmm.
anytime soon. Red Dead Redemption 2, another game that I want to wait until
Ooh,
I
Red
get a
Dead.
new graphics card.
Hey, there you go.
And
Star
Star
Wars
Wars
Battlefront
Battlefront.
2. Mm-hmm.
That one I can play. I got battered by my friends because they all have it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was $5 at some point, and I just missed out on it. And now it's
Mm-hmm.
40, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get it, but I'll keep it on my wish list to, remember it and
Yeah.
see if it ever goes back down to 5, then I'll get it and play with you guys. But nah, not anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
And Titanfall. So all these are like your classic AAA title games. And
Yeah.
Titanfall, I'm pretty sure I could run. I just haven't played it. Actually, the creators for Titanfall 2 are the same people that made the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in Titanfall 2 and Titanfall 1, there's a mechanic where you can run on walls. I don't know if you can
Mm-hmm.
see it on the screenshot
No, I could see
where
it. I
you're
could see
in.
it. Yeah.
And you can do that in the game Fallen Order as well.
Nice.
So
Okay.
that's why these four are added. My standard AAA title games that,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Pretty solid watch list overall. I don't think I want to say I have nothing on my watch list, but I could show you what games I've played or like all that stuff. But yeah,
You can
possibly.
top 5 games that you want to play.
Top 5 games I want to play. Here, wait, let me even check to see if I even have anything in my watch list. Oh, yeah, I have like okay, I have like 6, but they're all very recent, and it's like most of them are also VR. So like when I get a VR headset, sort of
Okay,
thing.
I
So I
feel
guess
it.
I can do that. Or 7.
Hey, on an off-topic thing,
Mm.
um, I'm pretty sure your computer will be able to run it. You should get Rivals of Aether.
Rivals of Aether. Okay.
It's basically a Smash clone,
Mm.
but it's a limited roster. But each character is fun.
Fun to play.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I got it and I only played it once, but the art style is all like 8-bit, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not like detailed,
Mm-hmm.
but all the mechanics are really fun. And if you have time, I recommend you watch it and play it.
I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out. We'll go ahead on my wish list right here. Eric can see it. So the
Oh,
first on my list is Borderlands 2, which I know you told me to get.
yeah.
I again, all of this stuff I feel like I'll need to get like a PC to start actually playing all this stuff. Maybe except for these two down here, but I'll talk about them later. For like that's why I haven't really been putting a lot of stuff on my wish list per se. But I really should change that just in case I do want to have like have something to go off of when I do get like some PC parts. But Borderlands 2, I think, is a good one. A lot of people like it. It's good to play with friends. A lot of looting, a lot of like upgrading, just a lot of fun. That's what a lot of people say. It's just pure fun.
Yeah,
Um,
playing with friends is actually like it increases the level of enjoyment
mm-hmm,
on my end. I mean, it all depends on who you're playing with. Because I remember when I played with Oscar, he was level 40
mm-hmm.
and I was level 1.
Oh
So
shit!
he was just mowing down everybody, and he was just like basically running through the game.
Nice.
And then I was like, I guess kind of, I guess I don't have to hear the dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep going then. And then when I
Nice.
played my other friend, he was like, okay, no, listen to what he has to say. Listen to what he has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's completely different. But
Nice.
yeah, Borderlands 2 is so much fun.
Borderlands 2. The next one I have on my list is Black Mesa, which it's basically just a redone version of Half Life 1. But I think somebody made it so that it's like a remade nice version. So you know how Half Life 1 was released in quietly looks up the year it was released. 1998. Yeah, you know how Half Life was released in 1998? Just pure segue. Don't even talk about that. So this I think upgrades a lot of the graphics as well as like maybe some of the gameplay aspects of it. And I have never really played Half-Life ever. Um not one, not two. But it's like one of those flagship you need to play this kind of game that some people like some people say and it's like part of video game history and all that stuff and I just wanted to play it. It just looks really nice. Um so there's that. And also because in the next option that I have is Half-Life Alyx, which is VR only. And again, I don't really have the means to play this at the moment,
At the
but
moment.
when I do get like a what's the thing that Valve has? The Valve Index VR set. When I do get that, then I'll be able to play this and I would want to know kind of the context of everything that happens in Half-Life itself. Um People say that this is even as like a standalone game, this is like the pure benchmark of video game VR, like
Really?
how a VR game should be. Like this is the quintessential VR game. That's what a lot of people say.
Damn.
This one and also the next game, Boneworks. Boneworks is it's also a VR game, and a lot of people it says itself that it's a experiment, quote unquote experiment. It's supposed to be kind of like a not simulation. I guess it's a simulation. And then there's like zombies and like robots, similar to Half Life. I think the one thing in Boneworks that stands different from other VR games is that it's physics, because in other VR games you can like put your hand through like walls and stuff, and it would kind of break the immersion. Whereas Boneworks, if you try to put your hand through a wall, the hand just kind of stops at the wall. So it kind of feels like you
Ooh,
should be
shit.
it feels like you should be kind of limited into that space and kind of makes everything a little bit more realistic. It's still quote unquote an experiment. And I don't know if it has like a legitimate story or anything like that. But in terms of like the experience and like how people perceive it, it's been, as you can see here, it's been very positive. Also, as an aside, what's the difference between very positive and overwhelmingly positive? Is that like
I think
or
overwhelmingly positive is just like 90 and up, and very
okay.
positive is like 80
Or how
and up.
about and then okay, and then also mostly positive as well. Like different kind of like
It's like just use S tier, A tier, B
yeah.
tier.
Yeah, exactly. Um
All right, so your last two games look interesting.
Yeah, okay. World of Horror. Here, I'll click onto it so that you can see. But for people listening, World of Horror is like it's a very inspired Lovecraft and inspired Junji Ito game. And as you know me, I love
Junji
Junji
Ito?
Ito. Yeah,
Yes.
like the aesthetic of Junji Ito and his mangas. Um, you can see from this these screenshots themselves that they have like this kind of edgy kind of vibe to it, and it's kind of like
Yeah.
a lot of
Face distortions and pentagrams.
mm-hmm, and a lot of like body horror type of stuff.
Hmm.
And it seems like it's a what is the genre? A roguelike horror, but it kind of also looks like a visual novel at times as well. Um, and it's all black and white, so it kind of feels like it has that aesthetic of a comic book, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
Um, really, I should be able to play this game on my computer at the moment, and it's an early access game, so I kind of wanted to buy it. But the thing with early access games that I've seen is that some people when they put out early access, I'm a little bit wishy. I'm like, because I don't know if they'll actually release the game, and I don't want to be disappointed with the content that I get. Um,
Hmm.
so, but maybe I should just like pull the trigger on it because this looks really nice just looking
Yeah.
at this stuff. Um, but yeah, that's why I like that one. Another
Speaking
one,
of games that live in beta, sorry.
oh yeah, no, go
Um,
for it.
7 Days to Die technically is still in beta.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It hasn't been like fully published.
Are you sure it's not abandoned or anything like that?
No, they're still working on it and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, because I
Wow.
think like a few like last time I was playing it, there was like an update and we are like, oh shit, okay. And I think that's why we started playing it again. But yeah,
Mmm.
it's still in beta.
Well,
And I
at least
thought it
it's
was
not
funny.
like, at least it's not like Star Citizen where it's like 20 years or it's been 8. I don't know how long it's actually been. 8 or 10 years. And they don't have like a beta for it yet. Something like that.
Really?
Or do they have a beta for it? I don't even know. I just know the meme that Star Citizen just takes like a long time because I don't know, they promised a bunch of stuff and they had a lot of backers and it's like the most backed game ever, but they still haven't released it. Kind of weird shit.
Dang.
But that was surprising. I didn't know that 7 Days to Die is still in technically early access.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, go on.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and then my last game here is called Omari. This one was one that I had never heard of until I saw it on the Steam page. So it's kind of like on a whim kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
I'll click on it right here. Also in black and white. It gives me a lot of Earthbound vibes.
Oh heck
Um,
yeah! Now the square rooms.
like the square rooms and everything, and like the little the health things on every single person. Um, and I don't know if it's all hand drawn. It all looks hand drawn, like all the portraits of all the kids and then all the enemies and the backgrounds. It all looks hand drawn, so
It does.
it looks really nice, and it does have that kind of existential kind of dread that yeah, like in this last one
Oh,
that there's like what we're seeing right now. It's like this character going up against like a big dark blob with like a really unusual creepy smile, and I think above his head it's like the afraid status, which I like statuses like that. Like see this one right here, angry, sad. I just like this is what I kind of found out about myself. I kind of like strategy games that have a quirk to them. So like with Darkest Dungeon as well, what I've told you, how like in that game, a lot of the characters you have to manage their stress levels to make sure that they don't like have heart attacks or do something irrational. This kind of has that same kind of vibe as well. So and look, overwhelmingly positive. Like a lot of people like this game, and I've never heard of it. So it seems like something that I should really get. I would love for this to come on Switch if it ever does, because I just like having everything on Switch. But those are my games,
portable and to go.
portable and to go. Any excuse to use my Switch is totally fine. um, but yeah, those are my games. All right, I think that kind of wraps it up. Unless we wanted to talk about some other video game stuff.
Mm,
I think Steam took like a good amount of time.
it did, huh?
It really did. I guess we can touch about games we had wished we had played. We could talk about that for a little bit.
Okay, the one game I wish I had played
Yeah.
two that come straight to mind. Um, and I feel like for these games that I'm about to say, it depends on like you had to actually be there during the time because if you play it right now, no one's really talking about it.
hmm
So like Skyrim was huge.
Skyrim.
I wish I was into Skyrim. I wish I got it when it was like on the Xbox 360.
hmm
Never played it, and now whenever you bring it up, people are mostly like, "Oh, you playing it? Okay, that's cool. You're playing it with mods, right?"
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh, wait, no, I haven't even played it for the first time," and
hmm
they just like look down on you
Really?
just because. Yeah.
Because
So
you never played
if I
the.
could go back in time, I guess this is how I interpreted the question. If you could go back in time to when the game was released
hmm
and you were there, it
hmm
would be Skyrim.
Okay, I see.
You?
What was
Oh,
your other game?
the other one is probably gonna be Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. All right.
Specifically Dark Souls 2.
Dark Souls 2.
Just because
Okay.
when Dark Souls 2 came out, I had like a couple friends who were really into it, and they were just like really passionate about like the fighting style of it.
hmm
So now a lot more of my friends have tried it out, and now that if I try it out, I wish I could have been there to experience when it first came out and to
Mm,
hear all the rumble about the game.
gotcha. Um, as for me, I think I'm gonna say two or three games that come to mind. Although the first two I'm gonna say are kind of bunched in together, just as like a thing that I wish I had played on this specific console. The console I'm talking about is like PS3, PS4 era, and
Hmm.
that's like God of War slash Uncharted, right? Because
Hmm.
those kind of games I kind of wish that I was like more into. Because I hear like Uncharted has like a really great kind of storytelling and great pacing with the game. Really likable characters, really good puzzles, all that stuff. And then God of War, it's God of War. It's like hella action, very nice, like fluid animations and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, I wish I had played those, and I kind of wish I had like a PlayStation to kind of like talk to my friends about. But I think I just had an Xbox 360, so and those were specifically ones that were exclusive to PlayStation as well. Um, the other one that I wish I had played back then is like the start of Kingdom Hearts, because it seems like Kingdom Hearts is like pretty good in terms of like the lore and story, but there's just so much ground to cover. Like if you come in right now, it's going to be really hard to get a hold of everything,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
there's so many spin-offs, and there's
The
like just
DS
one, two, and three.
games.
Yeah, but there's a DS games, there's a PSP games or PS Vita games. I think
Yeah, I think it was
there's like
Vita.
a whole bunch of stuff. Um, there was even like one title called like Kingdom Hearts 365 divided by 2 days, and I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? In terms of like the story, I guess it's more into like the story lore if you know it, but if you don't, then it's very I don't know what's the word. It's not very user friendly, I guess.
Yeah. There's
Um,
a Melody Memories. There's
mhm.
Lost Memories, Kingdom Hearts X, Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix,
Yeah, like 2 point. Yeah, what's up with the
Kingdom Hearts
remixes?
Coded,
Oh gosh, yeah, too
uh,
much.
Final Mix. Yeah, there's a lot.
Mm-hmm. And what's it? I heard that the third one got like mixed reviews, sort of,
Yeah.
right?
Um, I I know my friend is really into it, but I can't remember. I think he said the first half was enjoyable,
Mm.
but the second half was bad,
Oh shit. Okay.
and the story itself wasn't as interesting as the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But the game that I think of is Kingdom Hearts 2, where
Yeah.
you
That.
play as
Yeah.
Roxas.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
exactly the game that I would want to play. But again, I would have to go back and try to replay the first one, and I don't know if I would want to play all the story stuff, like the side stuff. But it would have been nice if I had really gotten into the first one and then I gone to these other ones. But that didn't happen for me. So
I feel
those
it.
are those are my games off the top of my head that I wish I had played. And yeah, pretty sure that's good. I think this is a good talk. Next time we'll be talking about anime
Yeah.
Hopefully, I
Yes,
would.
sir.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
I'm trying to go off
You're about to go off on One Piece
on everything.
on everything. All
But
right,
yeah, mostly One Piece.
mostly One Piece. All right, I'm gonna sign us off.
All right, cool.
All right.